Good morning, planet Earth. Today is March 9th, 2011, and this is the Honest News. In Egypt news, our top story today takes us outside of Cairo, where a deadly clash between Muslims and Christians occurred yesterday. 10 are dead after 4 hours of fighting that marked the end to a period of sectarian peace in light of the protests that ousted former President Hosni Mubarak. The fighting included weapons ranged from simple clubs all the way up to guns. The source of this battle seems to stem from when a Christian church was burned by a Muslim mob in a Cairo suburb last week. Christians began protesting yesterday by blocking a main highway and causing damage to vehicles in the area. It wasn't long before Muslims joined the fray, and 4 hours later 10 were dead, though it is not yet known how many of those 10 were Christian and how many were Muslims. At least one Christian, though, was killed due to a shot in the back, but who the perpetrator was is also unknown. In science news, napping is good for memory. A new study found that participants who attempted a memorization task scored on average 20% higher if they took a 100-minute nap before the tasks than if they didn't. Another find showed that the average person's ability to remember shortens as the day progresses, with subjects doing better on tests in the morning rather than the evening. The nap, however, seemed to reverse this effect, volunteers then doing better in the evening instead of in the morning. Researchers believe this phenomenon is due to the sleeping causing the brain's hippocampus to transfer existing memories into long-term storage, which allows the hippocampus to be free to create new memories. Students everywhere will now try to use this as an excuse to sleep during class. In technology news, a new device slightly bigger than a quarter is able to grab cancer cells in the bloodstream. The device works on the nano level, identifying tumor cells and grabbing them like Velcro. Scientists hope that this technology will offer new avenues for understanding the current status of the disease in patients, hopefully replacing the current invasive technique of performing a biopsy on the section of the tumor. In Libyan news, Muammar Gadhafi has stated that Libya will fight the West in open conflict if they attempt to enforce a no-fly zone over Libyan airspace. Gadhafi saying that, quote, "The Libyan people will take up arms against them." This coming along the news that rebel forces around the capital are beginning to lose ground as pro-Gadhafi forces swarm the area with tanks, snipers, and airstrikes. Gadhafi continues to blame al-Qaeda for the rebellion as he struggles to hold on to power. In national news, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker is appearing to offer compromises to his previous Stonewall stance on collective bargaining rights. His offer includes allowing unions to bargain on some issues, but not others, such as sick time and vacation pay. Some analysts speculate that the 3-week protests in the Wisconsin capital has led to political losses for Walker, as attempts to recall state senators on both sides are being implemented. Senate Democrats say that the compromises are a good start, but more leeway needs to be given before a deal can be struck. Though the Democrats still are conceding increased health insurance contributions and pension for employees, which could save the state $330 million within the next 2 years. State Senator Collins said that he, quote, "considers the line of communication still open, though he is unsure whether such a line will actually be used." The protests have now reached about 80,000 people. And in cyber news, the hacker group Anonymous is warning of renewed attacks against corrupt government officials and major U.S. corporations. A leader and spokesperson for the group, unanonymously named Barrett Brown, calls the effort a guerrilla cyber war. The 29-year-old college dropout cites himself as a propagandist and senior strategist for Anonymous. He boldly admits to breaking laws in the same way that all people break some laws, but he assured the public that Anonymous only breaks laws ethically, in the same vein as civil disobedience. Anonymous has widened their attacks in light of the psychologically torturous treatment of Bradley Manning, the Army private responsible for the major leak to WikiLeaks. This war is not one-sided, however. Anonymous has been the target of multiple FBI raids as well as other government organizations around the world, leading to subpoenas and even arrests. Whether Anonymous will in fact remain anonymous is now in question, but one thing is clear: the fight is far from over on both sides. This has been the Honest News for March 8th, 2011. Enjoy the rest of your day.